Hey there, football fans. My name is Derek, and welcome to the Gridiron Blitz. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on General Manager of the Detroit Lions, Brad Holmes, and Coach Dan Campbell's media session. Now, it was pretty long, about an hour, and each of them got approximately 30 minutes of screen time. I learned a lot from this media session, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and takeaways. When Brad Holmes was asked about the blockbuster trade that took place Friday between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers, he was asked how did it affect them, if any, at the number 7 spot. And Brad Holmes' response was, it doesn't change the way that they're going to approach the 7th overall pick. Now, this could be a smokescreen, but I think Brad Holmes was telling the truth that this did not alter how they were going to approach the 7th overall pick. I think they have somebody in mind, and right now they are targeted on that specific player. When asked about Kenny Golladay, Brad Holmes was very frank and very candid. Basically, Kenny G was not part of the future when it came to the Detroit Lions. I think basically what Kenny Golladay wanted was a 4 or 5 year deal. We know that the Lions, it was rumored that they offered him some things. Looking back on it, it appears as though Kenny wanted a long-term deal for 5 years. Now, he did get a 4-year deal with the New York Giants, and I think that that's what Kenny wanted here. I had said this before, that I thought that we only offered Kenny Golladay maybe a 3-year deal at that $18 or $19 million spot that he wanted. He wound up getting the 4-year, $72 million contract from the New York Giants. Another question Brad Holmes was asked was about people's character. I think this was directed to linebacker Micah Parsons. Some people do have him going to the Detroit Lions at number 7, and Brad Holmes basically said that they weren't going to be excluded. Any person, any draftee was not going to be excluded, that they would do their own deep dive and talk to as many people as they needed to talk to really kind of get a feel for who this person really was, because everything you see and hear is not always the case. It was very obvious with the signing of all these wide receivers that the Detroit Lions were looking for speed when it came to Jared Goff's weapons. And when Breshad Perriman was brought up, he talked about his speed. Now, Perriman needs to stay healthy in order to really be a valuable asset for the Detroit Lions. But it's obvious from these wide receiver signings that the Detroit Lions are indeed interested in speed. So expect them to maybe go the route of speed in this upcoming draft. With that being said, having receivers with speed, that is going to do wonders for Jared Goff's deep ball, which Brad Holmes does believe in Jared Goff's deep ball. I know a lot of us Lions fans, we don't think he has the same arm as our former quarterback, and he may not. But that doesn't mean that our GM is not trying to set Jared Goff up for success by giving him speedy receivers that can stretch the field and allow for that deep ball to happen. Brad Holmes was also asked about the trade on Friday again, and if he received any calls for the number 7 pick. And he told the media that his phone wasn't exactly blowing up, but not that he didn't receive any calls either before or on Friday, but his phone wasn't exactly blowing up to field calls for the number 7th pick. Now, that doesn't mean he wasn't. We got to remember that these GMs have to play coy in order to not give away what they want to do for the draft. But I actually do believe him that it wasn't really blowing up for the number 7 pick. One thing that has been concerning for me is the position of cornerback, because we have very young corners on the roster, and I personally would like to see a veteran. Now, Brad Holmes did not rule out a additional quarterback, potentially a veteran, to come either before or after the draft, but it is definitely a need that the Detroit Lions must address before the season begins. This was probably my favorite thing that Brad Holmes had to say in his time with the media. He said that the selection of the players, the free agents and otherwise, were done intentionally. It was intentional selection, and he mentioned players with chips on their shoulders. That has been a reoccurring theme since the moment that Dan Campbell was brought in. And not only Dan, but Brad. When Brad took the general manager position, he spoke about that as well. Then we bring a coach who talks about kneecaps and such. And now we're bringing in a quarterback who was discarded by his former team. And I like that. Bringing in guys intentionally who have chips on their shoulders with something to prove. So those are my thoughts from the press conference with Brad Holmes. And then we had Dan Campbell come in and we listened to what he had to say. One of the first things that Dan Campbell was asked was about his being a first-year head coach and how could he convince players to come to the city of Detroit. And one thing that he said that really stood out to me was changing the culture, and that the players that they are bringing in are feeling the vibe of the Detroit Lions and that the Detroit Lions are headed in the right direction. I think that that speaks volumes of his coaching staff and his coaching style. We have yet to see what it really is here in Detroit. Dan Campbell also said that there is no excuse. The offseason is not an excuse, and that free agents that they got this year don't affect the future. And I think that that is huge. He went on to say and speak a lot about dudes coming in on basically a one-year deal to not only prove it, but be able to set the tone for the future for those that they leave behind if they decide to move on. And I think that that was an excellent thing that he said as far as leaving an impression of culture on the people that they leave behind. I thought that that was an excellent point brought out by coach. Dan Campbell said a lot as well, but my favorite thing that he said was that this is not a free pass. This year is not a free pass. And we know with our former regime, we used to say all the time, would they get a free pass because of the pandemic that hit the world in 2020? And Coach Campbell said, listen, this year is not a free pass, that they want to win. He feels that they will be in a position to win games. He's not looking at this year as a free pass. Him and the team are very competitive. Most of the guys that have been brought in have chips on their shoulders, and those type of guys just don't want to lay down and take losses. So I really enjoyed this press conference. I look forward to many more, and the season can't come fast enough because with all the hype with our new quarterback, our new coach, I want to see these things in action. So if you have not seen the press conference, be sure to check it out. You can check it out on the Detroit Lions YouTube page. And tell me your thoughts. Leave it in the comments below. What did you think of the press conference with Brad Holmes and Coach Dan Campbell? What were some of the takeaways that you took away? And what was your favorite thing said by each of those gentlemen? My name is Derek, and this is the Gridiron Blitz. To all my returning viewers, thank you so much. Be sure to leave a comment and give me a like if possible. And to all the new viewers that come across my channel for the very first time, hopefully you'll see enough and you'll eventually subscribe to the channel as well. We do all things football, specializing in the Detroit Lions. You guys be safe, take care of yourself, and go Lions.